Welcome back. Ready to dive into another chapter of The Only One?
Always.
This time we're tackling chapter 13, and let me tell you, things are heating up.
It's amazing how much this chapter reveals about the characters just through their interactions in the classroom.
Right, like we start with Sheng Wang, still under the weather, but stuck in Miss Ying's English class. The enhanced class. No rest for the wicked, huh?
Not a chance. That whole enhanced class setup really highlights the intense academic pressure these kids are under. I mean, even being sick doesn't get you a break.
No kidding. And to make matters worse, Mrs. Yang tells Sheng Wang to share a test paper with Jiang Tian. That's a recipe for disaster, isn't it? Talk about awkward. But it's a brilliant move from the author's perspective.
How so?
Well, it forces Sheng Wang and Jiang Tian to interact, even though there's all this unspoken tension between them. Even Jiang Tian, who usually seems so aloof, seems uncomfortable with the whole situation. He totally does. And then we get that scene where Sheng Wang is practically draped over him, with that accidental on purpose touch.
Classic. It's like the author bottled up all that awkward teenage energy and poured it into that one scene.
Totally. You can practically feel the tension radiating off the page.
It's those small moments, those subtle shifts in body language that really bring the characters to life.
Absolutely. It's like you're right there in the classroom with them, feeling every cringeworthy moment.
And just when you think things couldn't get any more awkward.
Oh, I know, right? But we'll say that for later. Sheng Wang decides to correct Jiang Tian's test.
Oh, yeah.
And Jiang Tian's like, hey, that's mine.
Right. Like, back off, buddy.
Exactly. So what do you make of Sheng Wang doing that? Is it some kind of power move or what?
It's interesting you say that because on the one hand, it seems kind of disrespectful, right? Like marking his territory.
Yeah.
But Sheng Wang, well, he's got to show off what he knows, right?
He's definitely not afraid to assert himself.
Exactly. And it's fascinating how Jiang Tian reacts. You'd expect him to, like, blow up or something.
Totally.
But instead, he offers Sheng Wang his competition question book.
That was a trip. I did not see that coming.
Right. It's such a small gesture, but it speaks volumes about how he's starting to see Sheng Wang.
Like maybe he respects him or something?
I think so. It's like he's acknowledging Sheng Wang's intelligence, maybe even challenging him a little.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
And then we have Sheng Wang actually grading Shang Tian's practice paper.
Yeah, giving it a 116.
116, like what even is that?
I know, right? So bold.
He's totally trying to get a rise out of Jiang Tian.
Oh, absolutely. But it's playful, too. Don't you think?
Yeah, there's definitely a shift in their dynamic. Like they're actually kind of teasing each other now.
It's like the ice is finally starting to melt between them.
It makes you wonder if they could actually become friends at some point.
Who knows? Stranger things have happened. Speaking of strange, did you catch that bit with Miss Yang and Sheng Wang's test score?
Yeah. She totally downplayed it in front of everyone. Like she was trying to protect him or something.
It's like she knows how cutthroat that enhanced class can be.
Seriously. It's like a pressure cooker in there.
Exactly. And she doesn't want Sheng Wang to become a target.
Which is interesting because he's already kind of an outsider.
Right. He doesn't always play by their rules.
And he's definitely not afraid to be himself, even if it makes people uncomfortable.
That's what makes him such a compelling character, though.
I know. It's like she's trying to shield him from the reality of the situation. But the thing is, Sheng Wang already told half the class about his score.
Oh, wow. Talk about a wrench in the works. It's like Miss Yang's trying to play chess, and Sheng Wang just tipped over the board.
Exactly. And it makes you wonder, is Sheng Wang being deliberately defiant? Or is he just clueless about the unspoken rules of this high-stakes academic game they're playing?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It speaks to the core of his character. He's this fascinating mix of shrewd observation and almost childlike innocence.
It's true. Like he sees the competition, he gets it, but he doesn't seem interested in playing by their rule.
And that's what makes this ending so compelling. We're left on this cliffhanger, wondering what the fallout will be. Will Sheng Wang's honesty blow up in his face? Or will it somehow change the dynamics of the entire class?
I don't know. It's like the author left us with this puzzle to solve. But hey, that's what we're here for, right? To dissect and analyze every last detail.
Absolutely. And you know what? Sometimes the most satisfying stories are the ones that leave us with more questions than answers. It keeps us thinking, keeps us engaged long after we've turned the last page.
So true. It's like the conversation never really ends. It just spills out into our own lives, our own experiences. And on that note, we'll leave you to ponder the possibilities. What do you think will happen next in The Only One? Let us know. Until next time, keep those pages turning.